After like college, what did you do? Like, how did your career, like, where did
After
your career go
college,
from there?
I think 2017, I think that was like the first year in like my footballing career that I didn't play football. I didn't have a team 2017. Then I think it was the year after, went to Chertsey, played some football there, but I was struggling with game time.
Yeah,
And that was the first for me. I think that's the first time that
like,
I went to a team. Yeah. That was the first time I went to a team, and I wasn't their first pick.
Was it like just because like you just missed out that whole year and you wasn't really trained that much, or was it just like
You know
the
what?
ability of the boys were like?
I think it might have been that. But when I played the first game, I think we faced Sutton. I played decent, but I didn't play too well, if you know what I mean. I didn't play good enough to take someone's spot, you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so the next game came, obviously you're going to be on the bench. But even then, I was still thinking, raw,
It's
like,
like it's a bit shit when you're just coming off the
Yeah,
bench. It's like,
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
playing like 15 minutes, it's like you
Literally.
have to try to prove yourself 15 minutes.
literally. And that goes back to Sunday League. Sunday League, you're always playing. I didn't
Yeah.
ever think about coming off, you know
It's
what I
like
mean?
roll on, roll off as well.
Yeah,
it's like,
literally. So
if
you're
someone
back
just-
on
if
anyway.
someone's just playing like dead, then like
It's
you're coming
true.
back on
Yeah,
in
yeah.
like 5 minutes.
But when I was at Chertsey, me not coming on, I was burning. But in a way, I was like, I'm going to show the manager that I can prove enough to be good to play, if you know what I'm trying to say. But again, as I was thinking that, another side is also thinking, bro, like, bun this team. Like, let me just go home, like, bun this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because it was a first for me, but you can either go one way or go the other. So obviously, I try my best to get to that level with the players, but I don't think it ever happened. I think it ended up leaving. The season was done, and I think the manager left.
Yeah.
So I was thinking I need a new team. So even then, I don't even know where I went after that. But my football's been a bit scarce. I think I went to Three Bridges. That was decent. Played a couple of football there.
Was that
Same thing as
23s?
well. Yeah, 23s. A lot of my football's been 23s. But same thing as well. Playing right back. Wasn't the first pick. But the right back that was actually playing over me, he was actually pretty decent as well. So I just had to get to that level. But when I did come on, I felt like I'd done my thing. I felt like I played good, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But even when I messaged the manager after, in his mind, he was like, I remember what he said. He was like, me, someone else, and someone else, we're all on the same level, but that person's just doing it for him right now. So that was a bit
So
annoying.
it's a bit annoying. Like, how did you feel like hearing that, like, the manager? Because like in a way he's kind of telling you that like you're not really gonna play.
Yeah,
But, like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like giving it in like a little nice way.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
smart with how like they word stuff as well.
Literally. But I remember Horsham, I missed that one out. I went to Horsham playing regular football. I was with you
How
yourself.
was it there?
Yeah, it was lovely. I can't lie. Playing right back, week in, week out. We was always playing. Like, you can tell that he had a liking towards us, do you know what I mean? I think we were supposed to, he told us we was going to go to the first team, didn't he?
Yeah.
It never worked out though. Never worked out.
You get with footy, it's like that, man. You
There's
get a lot of broken promises.
Yeah,
loads of broken
yeah.
promises, you know, you think that something's gonna happen, and then the next week is like,
Literally.
Yeah, man.
That was the second time when I realised, yeah, these are broken promises. One at Wimbledon and then the next one at Horsham. But he said he was going to go to the first team, didn't end up going. But it didn't affect me, like Anton said, it didn't affect him in Wimbledon, it didn't affect me at Horsham. Still playing the same way, still doing the same thing, but you're just thinking about that in the back of your mind, you know what I mean? But it never happened. The season ended. Then I tried to go back to Horsham again, but this time under a new manager. And that's when I realised, like, having a different manager, like, can change the whole thing. Because how can I go from playing week in, week out, the manager liking me?
so having a new manager.
Yeah, yeah.
How was he there?
Pre-season, he loved me. Like, he would pull me aside and be like, oh, listen, you got potential. But then when the matches actually started playing, like, we had such a rocky relationship because he wanted me to do certain things in the game and I felt like I was doing it, do you know what I mean? But when I wasn't doing it, he would take me off, then he would talk to me. Then I think the week after, he was like, listen, if you don't get to the level that I'm asking for, you're going to be gone. Then,
That's crazy though. But how many games in was you in for him to even say that? It wasn't even like the beginning of the season.
yeah,
was it?
literally. I was literally three games into pre-season. It wasn't even the beginning of the season. So I was thinking, what the hell? And like, so I went to the next game, then I'm playing, then literally after like 10, 15 minutes, he takes me off. Then obviously
Did
I'm
you guys
thinking,
even losing or anything?
no, it wasn't even losing. I felt like I was playing calm,
Yeah.
but he took me off. Then after the game, I didn't even speak to him. He didn't speak to me. I spoke to the assistant manager, and he was just like, "I hope things works out for you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what this means." So I went home. I wasn't even gonna message him. Like, I was just thinking, you know what, forget that team. But I was like, someone told me, look, just message him, talk to him, see what he has to say. So I spoke to him, and he was like, "Listen, you're not up to the standard that I want. So I'm gonna call it a day." So that's when I was thinking, wow, like, this is not even. I'm not even at an academy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not even at an academy, and I'm getting released. So I'm
Like
just
even like, do you know, even when you went back and you were saying that like your first spell there was like with under the other manager, where like most of the boys from the first spell there are still there.
a few of the boys came over, like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
He loved them, like you can tell he loved them, but like I said, he loved me as well, but he didn't feel like I was playing how he wanted me to play, if you know what I'm trying to say. But it just didn't work out. Then I was just like, you know what, yeah, we just parted ways there. And then that's when I went to Three Bridges, and then still not getting game time like that.
thing.
This is all at 23s, so I'm not even at first team, and I'm not even getting game time like that. Do you know what I mean? But you just got to sit back and just be like,
I
look,
think that's the worst thing with non-league as well, because it's like managers like have their favourites.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like
Literally.
they could probably be friends with like one of the players' dads, and like they can't put him on the bench just because like that's my friend's son.
Do you remember Sutton? Do you remember Sutton and Shelton?
Yeah.
When the manager's son was the centre
he
mid.
was like he was even the captain as well.
He's
like,
never coming off, bro.
Like,
I'm
he's never
showing
coming
you,
off,
man,
like-
thing.
That's how it works. That's how
Yeah,
it works.
literally.
Non-league, low level, bro. You got loyalties and whatnot. It's just long, man.
So how did it? So where? Like, what happened after? This is the question for both of you. Like, so we'll start off with one of you. Like, what happened after like you guys both left, like those teams? Or like, what happened? How was like your first team journey? I should say. Sorry.
In terms of the journey up to first team, like I said, obviously, with it's a weird, unique one. Do you know what I mean? It's like with that season, I've progressed up so well. I'm 17. Do you know what I mean? I'm playing youth, scoring lots of goals, playing so good. Do you know what I mean? It's that I was playing my best football, I'd say, at them times. Like playing into my strengths and whatnot. It was a great team. Like shout out Leatherhead Youth, man. But was obviously playing well, and then gone up to the 23s, same thing, playing well, scoring goals, and then straight to first team, all in one season. It's like yeah, this is really happening. But obviously that was very close to the end of the season, where at the time I had a certain manager, and he's obviously had the confidence to bring me up, because at the end of the day, at these times, not like in any time in football, bringing a 17-year-old up into the first team, he's playing with guys that are
Like,
up
nearly-
till from my age to
nearly
basically
twice
less than
your
30,
age.
past 30. Do you get what I mean? So you're playing against men. It's bringing them into. Do you get what I mean? The big field, like it's like so they got to have some sort of confidence within you. The manager's got to trust you to play. Because I even played, my second game was cup final. Was in a cup final against Mersham, and I ended up playing about 20 minutes. And obviously, as a 7-year-old, that's like
That's a
amazing
big
thing. Do you get what I mean? It's like, but it's a cup final, so you've got to win the game. We was at the time when I came on, we wasn't ahead or nothing like that. I think we was about a goal down at the time. So it's like he's had that faith in me to think. So again, it's like confident. It's a confidence boost for me.
Yeah.
But it shows that because it shows someone's believing in me to obviously come onto the pitch and do my thing. But after that, so I was comfortable in that team, and then the season did end obviously. And then unluckily enough, that manager then left for another club. So a new manager's obviously come in, and this is when I started to kind of understand a bit more the politics within football. So